Hello footballers! Have you ever thought why it's called the beautiful game? That's because of the countless moments that made you cheer and then cry, have made your heart race, and left an indelible mark in history and in your life. So buckle up, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and make sure to watch until the end of this video because we're about to relive some of the most iconic moments in football history. June the 3rd, 1997, the French Football Federation organised the Tournoi de France, a warm-up tournament ahead of the 1998 World Cup. Brazil faced hosts France, and in the 21st minute, Brazil won a free kick some 35 metres out. Up stepped Roberto Carlos, known for his powerful left foot, but no one could have predicted what happened next. Carlos struck the ball with the outside of his boot, sending it wide of the French wall. The ball seemed to be going out of play by a distance, but then, defying physics, it swerved dramatically, curling back in to be a flabbergasted Fabien Barthez in the French goal. The football world was left stunned. If the goal wasn't filmed, people wouldn't believe that Carlos really scored that banana kick. But hey, we're just warming up. The next moments will simply give you goosebumps. March the 8th, 2017. The Camp Nou was buzzing with anticipation, yet few truly believed in a miracle. Barcelona faced PSG in the Champions League round of 16, having suffered a devastating and unexpected 4-0 loss in the first leg. But what happened in the return leg was nothing short of footballing magic. Overcoming a mountainous deficit, Barcelona fought back with 3 goals and restored some hope to qualify. Yet, as full-time approached, they still needed 3 more, especially with PSG's Edison Cavani pulling the trigger in the 63rd minute. However, Neymar's brilliance shone with a free kick and a penalty in the 88th and 92nd minutes. And then, in the dying seconds, Sergi Roberto's volley completed the impossible comeback. 6-1 on the night, 6-5 on aggregate. A result that defied logic and reason. It was a testament to the spirit of football and the magic of Camp Nou. Ah, the drama of Euro 2000. When you think of France versus Italy in a final, it's bound to be a nail-biter. Rotterdam's De Kuip Stadium was the stage, and football fans around the globe were glued to their screens. Italy took the lead and was set to lift the trophy, but France's Wiltord had other plans, netting a last-gasp equaliser. Then, in extra time, the fox in the box, David Trezeguet, stepped up. With a shimmering touch and a powerful volley, he blasted the ball into the net's roof, sending the French fans into delirium and the Italians down to their knees. A golden goal indeed, meaning that the game was finished with the ball passing the line. The goal was so devastating that it forced FIFA to remove the rule, making it the last golden goal ever scored in history. Another clash between the Italians and the French, another iconic moment in the game's history. The setting was Berlin's Olympiastadion, the grand stage of the 2006 World Cup final. France and Italy, after eliminating giant football nations, were destined to meet again in another final. Tensions ran high and every move was scrutinised. Amid this pressure cooker atmosphere, up stepped Zidane for a penalty. With the world's eyes on him, Zizou displayed audacity that left fans and pundits gasping. Instead of a traditional shot, he gently chipped the ball, executing a flawless Panenka that floated past the bamboozled Gianluigi Buffon. While the match later saw heartbreak for Zidane and France, that moment of sheer elegance and confidence remains etched in football history as a testament to Zidane's genius on the pitch. The date was May 13th, 2012 at Manchester City's Etihad Stadium. With the title race on a knife's edge, City needed a win over QPR to secure their first Premier League crown in 44 years. In an unexpected turn of events, the citizens found themselves trailing 2-1 with minutes left in the game. On the other hand, Manchester United won their match against Sunderland and were waiting for the good news from the Etihad. The league title was all but decided. But hope was rekindled in the 92nd minute when Edin Dzeko rose to head home a crucial equaliser. The stage was set, and in the dying seconds, the 94th minute, a swift ball from Balotelli found Sergio Aguero. With a burst of pace and precision, he fired past the goalkeeper. Aguero! The iconic and ecstatic scream captured the essence of every City fan's emotions. From the brink of despair to the pinnacle of joy, this was the moment that redefined Premier League drama and will forever live to haunt every Manchester United fan. So, Red Devils, let us make it up to you. The next moment is all for United supporters. May 26, 1999. The Camp Nou in Barcelona was a sea of colour and emotion as Manchester United faced Bayern Munich in the Champions League final. The stakes were sky high. United, chasing an unprecedented treble, were on the cusp of history but fell behind by an early free kick by Bayern's Basler. The clock was ticking, and as full-time approached, it seemed like Bayern Munich had got their hands on the trophy. But Manchester United, known for their late drama under Sir Alex Ferguson, had other ideas. In injury time, United won a corner. David Beckham delivered it precisely, and with a deft touch, Teddy Sheringham redirected the ball into the net in the 91st minute, levelling the score and leaving the Bayern players in disbelief. Moments later, with the Germans still recovering from the shock, another corner in the 93rd minute fell to Sheringham again. He nudged it into the path of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The baby-faced assassin reacted in a flash, poking the ball into the roof of the net. The stadium erupted, and Solskjaer has won it, echoed the iconic commentary. As the great Sir Alex Ferguson said after the game, football, bloody hell. Now from Manchester United to their historic rivals, Liverpool. This moment will surely stir some bad memories for AC Milan fans. May 25th, 2005, the Ataturk Olympic Stadium in Istanbul was buzzing with anticipation. Two of Europe's giants, Liverpool and AC Milan, faced off in the Champions League final. What unfolded in the first half was unimaginable. With a star-studded lineup, Milan raced to a 3-0 lead, leaving Liverpool and their fans in despair. There was no way for a comeback, and even Liverpool's manager, Rafa Benitez, made half-time changes to limit the damage and avoid a historic final loss. But football, with its unpredictable heart, had other plans. As the second half began, Liverpool, inspired by their talismanic captain Steven Gerrard, mounted one of the most memorable comebacks in football history. Within a whirlwind of 6 minutes in the second half, goals from Gerrard, Smicer and Alonso levelled the score at 3-3. Enjoying the video so far? Why don't you hit those like and subscribe buttons? But don't go anywhere, we still have plenty more legendary moments to share with you. The next one is for you Ronaldo fans. April 3rd, 2018. The Allianz Stadium in Turin was the backdrop for a Champions League quarter-final game between Juventus and Real Madrid. Expectations were high, with two European powerhouses locking horns. But nobody, perhaps not even Cristiano Ronaldo himself, could have foreseen the magic that was to unfold. As Dani Carvajal floated across into the box, time seemed to slow down. Having his back to the goal and amidst a crowd of defenders, Ronaldo launched himself into the air. With incredible athleticism and technique, he unleashed a bicycle kick of such beauty and precision that it left the entire stadium, including the Juventus fans, stunned in admiration. No one was able to do anything to stop that goal. Not Buffon, Chiellini or Barzagli, who stood there amazed by what had just happened. Even the Juventus supporters, recognising the brilliance of what they'd witnessed, rose in a standing ovation for the legendary player that is Ronaldo. Now, we must apologise to our Brazilian viewers for the next moment, but we had to include this one. July the 8th, 2014. The Estadio Mineiro in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, was the stage for a World Cup semi-final that promised fireworks. Brazil, the hosts, with their rich footballing legacy, were up against the well-oiled German machine. The Seleção, with their talisman Neymar and defensive rock Thiago Silva, went into the game worried. Still, no one expected what would happen next. As the game progressed in the early stages, it became apparent that this was no ordinary match. Germany tore apart the Brazilian defence in a display of ruthless efficiency, tactical brilliance and sheer class. The floodgates opened with Klose, Kroos, Khedira and Müller all finding the net in a first half that left Brazil shell-shocked at 5-0. By the time the final whistle blew at 7-1, history had been written. It wasn't just a victory for Germany, it was a masterclass in football dominance. And for Brazil, a proud footballing nation, it was a heartbreak that would be remembered for generations, a dark shadow in their impeccable football history. Now, with another historic World Cup moment, one that Spain will cherish forever. July the 11th, 2010. The Soccer City Stadium in Johannesburg witnessed a clash of titans as Spain and the Netherlands faced each other for the 2010 World Cup title. As the match trudged towards a goalless draw, the tension was palpable. Extra time loomed, and with it, the ghost of penalty kicks. But in the 116th minute, everything changed. A precise pass from Cesc Fabregas found Andres Iniesta, who, with the calmness of a maestro, volleyed the ball into the net, sending Spain into raptures. But it wasn't just the goal that resonated. It was Iniesta's tribute afterward. Pulling up his jersey, the player revealed an undershirt with the words, "Jarque, always with us," honouring his friend and fellow footballer who had tragically passed away. A goal, a tribute, a moment immortalised in football history. And there you have it, footballers. These were certainly 10 legendary moments in football history. But there are still plenty more. Which other legendary incident should we mention in a future video? Share your thoughts in the comments section. And remember, hit those like and subscribe buttons for more content like this. Until next time.